Good afternoon. This is this week's Delaware State Chamber of Commerce Legislative Minute. Apologize, we missed last week. Just so happened that I was in Dover all week, and Matt Amos, who's the producer of the show, had a meeting out in the Midwest, so we kind of were across paths and weren't here to do the show. But we'll try and make up for it this week. But the news that is probably most important to small businesses is that the Senate Bill 6, which would increase minimum wage 50 cents this coming January, and then an additional 50 cents in January 2015, was tabled in committee in the House of Representatives. The vote was 7-3 to table the bill, which was a little bit higher. There were more votes to table than we originally expected, and we don't anticipate seeing that bill again this session. The argument against the bill, I think that caused it to be tabled, was that with the additional costs already added or anticipated to be added to small business, including the payback of the unemployment fund loan for the federal government, also the increased workers' compensation costs, and the uncertainty about what the cost will be for the Affordable Care Act, this was just one more stone on that load. Talking about workers' compensation costs, the task force that was put together by Governor Markell back in last February and was chaired by Lieutenant Governor Matt Den issued the report today. The report outlines 17 things that would be recommended to either be in legislation or in regulation that would lower our workers' compensation costs. The report, I will make sure that we put it online so you can see it. There's some interesting suggestions there. The governor wants legislation to be introduced in June and passed in June. The pro tem of the Senate, Patty Blevins, announced today that she thinks that they'll be able to get that done. We'll be pushing very hard, along with many other business organizations, labor, doctors, and some of the legal, the lawyers who handle workers' compensation, to get that passed this June. Also, we recommended to the governor that the task force be extended for 6 more months because there are other issues we need to take a look at, and we didn't have the time to do that. Also, the third thing that is important to some members of the business community is the fact that House Bill 95, which is a bill introduced by DENREC, which would allow them to put liens on properties where they have cleaned up environmental problems but have not recovered the money. We've been working closely with DENREC to tighten the bill up a little bit. I think we're actually there, and hopefully that bill will be passed in the House this coming week, and then will be addressed in June by the Senate. One last thing before we sign off. The House and the Senate are in this week. They will take 2 weeks off beginning on Thursday to put the budget together. Then it will be back on Tuesday, June 4th. But we'll do the legislative minute anyway, next couple of weeks, just updating you on where things are. Anyway, that's this week's report. I'll talk to you again next week. Thank you.